Hello, everybody. Naughty Nana Des. How's everybody today? This is Sunday. I hope your weekend went swimmingly. Mine was lovely. I performed at a birthday party last night. Not that kind of performing. It was a lot of fun. Birthday girl had fun, and that's all that matters because it was her day. So there's that. And I want to say cheers to all the Canadian football fans out there. This is what you would call This is the Grey Cup in Canada, or what you in the States would call our Super Bowl. So anyway, cheers Canada. Game's tied. Toronto and Winnipeg. It's going to be a good game. Just at halftime right now. So we'll see what's going on. Don't have a tailgate, so I'll have to use my dining room table, just saying. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the picks of the week. Not football picks. Them idiots at Mango Moose Knuckle decided are going to rule your future. So Mike Pence came out the other day and he said that RFK is the most pro-abortion nomination in modern history. I don't know about that. But Republicans should nominate someone who respects the sanctity of life. Really, Mike? Respects the sanctity of life. They certainly didn't respect the sanctity of your life. They didn't respect the sanctity of your wife's life. They didn't respect the sanctity of your family's life on January 6th. Didn't respect that. And that includes the Mango Moose Knuckle, who you used to think was the chosen one. Sat there all moon-eyed at him every time he opened his big gob there. And when your exalted leader at the time was told that your life and your family's life was in peril, he looked at them and went, so what? Sanctity of life, Mike. Just not yours. Then Jesus boy there, Mini Mike I've got no Johnson, he's telling the ethics committee not to bring that report public about Matt Venmo Boy Gates. I'm pretty sure that the Speaker of the House doesn't really have any jurisdiction with the ethics committee because they shouldn't be ruled by anybody. It's a 50-50 split on who's on that committee for a reason. But yeah, he's saying that it would be against public interest. Oh, no, it would not. If he's going to be traveling the world and traveling around to different states and stuff, nobody wants him near their teenage girls. Nobody. It's bad enough that he hangs out at Britney Spears concerts. So, no. Just no. He has no business getting involved in the ethics committee business, just like he had no business allowing hundreds of millions of dollars to be spent on those probes into Joe Biden when all the witnesses, all of them, came before Congress that supposedly had the smoking gun. This is the best evidence ever. We've got surefire evidence. The Biden crime family's going down. All turned out to be Chinese operatives, gun runners for Iran. They're on the lam somewhere. One guy testified from prison already because of what he did with this. FBI agents, disgraced, had their security clearances taken away. Revoked their security clearances. You know, they lied about so much stuff that a fourth grader could fact check it. Seriously. Then, in Monterey, California, October 8th, 2017, at the Hyatt Regency, a delegation met there, the California Federation of Republican Women. And there was an allegation of a sexual assault at that event. And one of the speakers that was there was Pete Hegseth. And the sexual assault was aimed at him, the new nominee for Secretary of Defense, Pete Plastic G.I. Joe Soldier Boy, Pete Hegseth. Yeah, go figure. Trump really seems to love those kitty smashers. I'm just saying. And in defiance of those guys, I wore this. Yes. My kitty sweater. I dare you. I dare you, Donald. I mean, the kitty smashers are everywhere, and he's getting them all into offices of power, like Matt Gaetz, RFK Jr., 37 different affairs and all kinds of weird crap that went on with him. Now Hegseth, Kristi Noem, serial cheater. What a team. And now it is showing that old Pete was in a pool. He had white supremacist tattoos on him. And actually, when he said, and everybody on Trump's team, he knows nothing about that. That never happened. He denies everything. Well, it just came out that apparently he did meet the victim at that California Federation of Republican Women's event. That's right. He did meet her. And he paid her off. Yes. Paid her off in a settlement. Because at the time he said he was afraid to lose his job at Fox because of the Me Too movement. And so he should have. So he should have. But he didn't say anything. Now all this shit's coming out. And it's sickening. It's just sickening. And CNN did contact and find the victim. And she said she would talk, but she's not sure what she's allowed to say under the non-disclosure agreement. So I'm wondering if this falls through, is Fox taking them back? Not if they're smart. Be another lawsuit, I'm thinking. But anyway, Canadian leaders, like our Prime Minister, says that the world is even more difficult and complicated than it was 4 years ago. And I know there is a lot of work to do because nobody knows how pissy Trump can get than our Prime Minister. I'm not a big fan myself, but Trump is petty. I guess I am too, because I just don't like his personality. Our government has been preparing for this. He just doesn't get it that the province I live in, Ontario, is the U.S.'s third largest trading partner and the number one trading partner of 17 different states in the United States of America. And a 10 to 20% tariff on our products will discourage Americans from buying Canadian product. Alberta trades with America also, gas and oil business and other product as well, but it's $11.2 billion a day that crosses the border from one province. But that premier, Danielle Smith, the Wicked Witch of the West, only wants to deal with the Republican governors across the northern states. You're in like Flynn there, Doug Burgum, just saying. Alberta sends more oil and gas to the United States than Saudi Arabia and Venezuela combined. We're an important trading partner. And you thought gas is expensive now? Wait for it. Canada is concerned about the demonic duo, Trump and Vance, and their views on Ukraine. And how in the hell are they going to end the war in the first 24 hours they're in office? And just exactly what will Russia gain in the peace talks? It's more like the pacify Putin talks. That's what that is. And Marco Rubio is said to be the most knowledgeable in the Senate, just in the Senate, on foreign affairs. Doesn't say much, does it? But he recently said that Ukraine needs to negotiate a settlement with Moscow. And he voted against the recent round of U.S. military and humanitarian aid. And by settlement, they mean Ukraine needs to put down their arms, lose their sovereign nation, never join NATO, and give Putin everything he wants again. And then in another 4 years, Putin will march back in and take even more. So the world is climbing on the Ukraine train. and celebrating Biden for allowing long-range missiles that were donated from the USA to be fired at Russia. That's right. The Germans did the same. Britain did the same. And so far, almost every country that has donated some weaponry to Ukraine has said the same thing. Go and defend yourself. And President Macron has said that with Trump coming to power and his, say, 350 million people, doesn't match the 700 million of the European Union. And they need to stick together and be mindful of Trump's America First plan and smashing 20 to 30% tariffs on them. So that's what they're worried about now. And personally, I think Ukraine has the same sovereign rights as Israel. Israel's not a part of NATO either. But everybody jumps on their bandwagon and let them defend themselves. Let Ukraine defend themselves. Let them do whatever they got to do. Because now that Marco Rubio and all those people are going to be against aid to Ukraine, I think Ukraine needs to step it up, get in there, and do whatever they can to keep their nation sovereign. And hopefully they'll be rewarded by joining NATO. 9 love should be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you so much. Take care of you. I love you. Till next time.